Hello YouTube world, Mac Daddy 1911A1 here with the Shade Tree Survivalist. I know yesterday I was a bit over exuberant when I got the Auto Ordnance. It is still a cheap gun regardless of its date of manufacture. It's an inexpensive gun. It's going to have its issues. I was over exuberant, I think, mainly because, you know, you guys had trusted me with that money. Your hard-earned money. You have to work hard, just like I do, in order to earn it. And I was finally able to repay you guys by getting the pistol. And I was very, very happy about that. I was very, very happy because I've been worried sick. First and foremost, this is a starter gun, okay? And it's got some cheesy plastic grips on it. It's got cheap MIM parts all the way around through it. It did give me a case of hammer bite. You see that? It's not bad, nothing big, no big deal, but it did give me a case of hammer bite, which the A1 model was supposed to have solved. So either the hammer's out of spec or the tang safety. If you're just getting into the 1911 platform, this is a great option. And the great thing about this, as long as the frame and the slide are correct and the steel that they're made out of is good steel, you should not have an issue with that. And the rest of it, it's just parts, okay? And you can replace them. Now, the thing about that is, either you need to learn how to correctly fit the parts, or you're going to have just drop-in performance, which is not the same as being truly fitted. In my exuberance, I said that the rear of the gun, the slide to frame fit, was better than the Colt. I really don't think so now that I've had the chance to reflect on it and look at it. And I'll zoom in and give you guys a better view. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Colt Combat Unit, the Auto Ordnance. Pay close attention to the hammer right here on this one. Can you see a problem? Alright. I don't know from your angle or not, but this is an MIM hammer. You can see the little line that runs down it, and it's not quite square right there. You see that? This is not an MIM hammer. There is not a problem where the hammer strut comes together, but you can see. Let me see if I can find some kind of a there we go, a damn pencil. Let me see if I can get it squared away now. Right there. And right through there, you can see it's not smooth. It's not even. Let me set the Colt down. Right across here, you can see a line that runs down. See that little line? Let's see if I can zoom it in more. I don't know if it'll zoom any more without losing focus or not. Yeah, see that line? Right from here all the way down, that's an MIM hammer. And you can see right here it's not smooth. Alright, and it's very tight fit. The frame, the slide fit is not as uniform as I thought it was yesterday looking at it. But it's not bad. I mean, it's not bad at all. But you can see there's a little bit of a shelf here. And here. And here. That's not bad fitting. I mean, not really, not for a cheap 1911 like that. But the hammer, yeah, you can see it's not smooth across the back end. This is fitted about as well as the Springfield range officer, which I left in the freaking house. That's not that big an issue. You see that in a lot of guns, so that's not really that big an issue. But the fact that hammer doesn't smoothly go all the way down, it's not fitted 100%. Another thing is this line here and that line there are not 100% on the money. So it may be more drag on the frame with the hammer than it is on the slide, but there's definitely wear on there. Yeah, you can see it right there. Let me see, and right on that side too, you can see it. And it's all the way down from there all the way to the top. That's where it's rubbing. Yep. But it's still a really nice starter gun. You could get a some bulletproof parts from Wilson or some of the other high-end parts and start building a gun off that frame, because that frame's in the slide. I mean, they're not perfect, but that's what the point of, you know, purchasing the GI gun. It's inexpensive up front, and then you can start tinkering around with it. Let me show you these crappy grips here. You can easily buy right through Midway USA, eBay, Amazon, a brand new set of mahogany grips, rosewood grips, pewter grips, plastic grips, VZ, G10, I mean, on and on and on and on. And I think I paid 35 or 40 bucks for these babies. I don't remember the price on them. These are mahogany. Now, I don't know if I put this in another video or not. These are not 100% perfectly fitted. The bottom of that relief there, so that the magazine release will open, I had to open that out with a file, just a touch, because I could not get the magazine out, and I was like, what the hell? And so I had to relieve that. That's no big deal. We did so. And now, pops right out. But I mean, when I put it in there that first time after I'd done that work, oh my God. Oh, yeah, boy, these things here, they rounded off from them sandblasting it, and it, baby, it's got the small radius firing pin stop. The actual radius that interfaces with the hammer as you're cocking it is not as it's steeper than the radius that's on the newer guns. Oh, yep. And you know that damn part there on that Colt. Alright, you can see there's a gap even on this Colt. Right there on the firing pin stop, there's a gap right there. You can see it right, maybe coming in from this direction, right in there. Okay, so that's something else, you know. It's not a custom fit gun. Let's see on the original Colt. There's no gap. It's dead on the money. But see, with the wore out barrel, see how the slide is forward of the frame just a touch. It's more apparent right there. See how it sticks out right there. That's no big deal. When I put the barrel on from the Springfield Armory range officer, it tightened that right up. Yeah, it's not 100%, but that's really good for such a cheap damn gun. Like I say, you can easily replace the grips. And I'll take one off just to show you guys. Alright, let me move some of this stuff out of the way so we can see this. I'll take one of these off. And then this is the thing, I don't know whether they stake these bushings or if they do like most modern companies and just put a little Loctite on them. You don't want the bushing to come out with a screw. I may, if they're not staked, I'll look at them real close, and if they're not staked, I may back them out just enough to slap a little Loctite on there, because you don't want to take those out. If once they're out, if they have been staked, if they come out, you're in trouble. Okay, because you cannot reinstall them. And yeah, I owed a P-whacking out of it yesterday. I did not want it to run dry and cause any galling or anything of that nature. So yeah, got oil all over the place. I'm not going to take those wooden grips off. Leave those alone. We'll take a modern Colt combat unit. We'll take one of these, I guess I need to take the grip off the same side. I'll take one of these off and we'll show you guys. And this, my God, I'm gonna put them on there, brother. Put that screw on that side. The thing about these VZ grips, if you do not tighten down these G10 grips, you don't tighten down on them, they will work loose. Okay? See there? Perfect fit. That's the reason, if you're going to buy a 1911, try to buy it from an American company or one that builds it to the American spec. Uncle Fester got one, I think it was made in Turkey or somewhere, and the grip panels would not interchange from one gun to the other. But that's all you got to do. I mean, you can, if it's correctly made for a real deal, no crap 1911, the parts will interchange as far as the aesthetics and so forth. The dimensions are all should be the same, and if they're not, then that gun there, you don't need to mess with it anyway. But look at that. It's just cheap plastic. But I mean, it's, you know, if I were to buy a set of plastic grips for it, or a new set of replacement grips, I would keep these as spares just in case I were ever decide to sell the gun. But I love the grips, I'd slip the old grips back on it and sell it that way. Yeah, make sure my screwdriver is in the center of the slot. We do not want to bugger it up. Alright, let me show y'all something else. Alright, there's a slide stop out of this gun. Yep, it's empty. This is the slide stop out of the Colt combat unit. Alright. Now this is the one out of the Colt combat unit. You see it's still got the grease on it. See, I think we're lined up in there. And that pin in this thing has been a pain in the damn neck since I started working on this thing yesterday. It just does not want to push in on its own. And you got to be damn careful, you'll get the idiot scratch. Let's see, pops right in, no problem. So that means the parts are correct and they're pretty much interchangeable. Let's put the spring plug and all back in. And that ain't right. I must have missed the damn pin. That makes me feel real smart this morning. You know, that's the thing, I'm waiting on Kimmo to get up. We got a big family hoodoo to go to today because of the it being Easter and a holiday and so forth. The resurrection of our Lord Jesus. Yeah. Completely missed that booger. I looked at it and it looked fine, but it was not. Let's see. That's the thing. Go ahead and start that. Just leave it down there out of the way. Slide that. Pick it up. Rotate it up so it's not touching the frame. I don't know if the camera's picking up in it. I'm trying to watch what I'm doing. I'm not watching the camera. And that little bastard there is wanting to be a pain in the damn neck. There we go. And see, it snaps right in, right forward. this time. Now we got the damn plug in the correct spot. And that bushing, I'm gonna have to work it with some polish so it'll work. Now let's get an empty magazine. Find what I did with the box. And it works. See? And that's what the slide stop's supposed to do. Now, I want to show you guys this copper because it didn't show up too well on the GoPro video last night. I thought it was going to, and I just didn't. One out of the Colt Combat unit right there. Painted damn neck. The little pin is apparently not rounded off enough, and just a pain in the damn neck to get it in and out. But yeah, they're pretty much interchangeable. No problems. So that's something to consider. You can buy decent parts and so forth. And when I go to work on this, which is this part, I'll show you guys a couple of little tidbits that they don't do on these damn cheaper guns. And even on this one here, they didn't the slide. All right, now this, I was trying to show you that copper trail. All that is the bullet, and I literally mean the bullet, not the cartridge. The nose of the bullet is bumping it. And I'll just open the gun up and show you guys when I put this back in to the gun. All right, I took the slide off. We've got a load of magazine in there. And what you'll be looking for, and this is very hard to find to show you guys on camera. But you see, when I said the bullet, I meant the bullet. Right there is where, as the bullets move up and down or move up in the magazine, it could interfere with that the lug right there. Okay, I'm trying to hold it steady, but this is a pain in the damn neck. And what's happening as the top one's being stripped off, it'll push it. The one under it will push up on that damn lug. Okay, and I'll take out the loaded magazine. Throw in the empty magazine. Let's see. All right. That's the step in the magazine feed lip, or the magazine follower, and all it's doing is touching that and pushing it up. Okay, right now that would be locked up because of that empty magazine. And it's just, I mean, a very tiny amount, but it's that friction that will cause the issue. Okay, all right. So to diagnose that problem, it is very hard to do with this camera. Let me see if I can rotate it just a little bit. All right, I had the wrong damn part in there. But right in here, that's where the slide stop protrudes in there. And as the top bullet is pushed, the top cartridge is pushed off and into the breech, and the second one here rises up. If that thing is a little bit out of spec, and this is not an unusual thing, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is just one of those things. But as it moves up, it can, just slightly touch that slide lug, push it up and engage it. And that's what we were having the issues with yesterday. Let me take that mag out and put in a empty mag, and you can see how it's supposed to look. Okay, there's your lug, and then the silver piece, that step down, that is that's the interface with the magazine feed lip, or follower, that raises it up, pushes it up into the slide, and locks the slide back. And the discoloration you're seeing or saw was right along that line right there. So it just needs to be relieved just a little tiny bitty bit. And when I say a little bit, I'm talking about like 1/1000th of an inch, nothing more. All right. So, damn it, I did have the right damn part in there. Oh well, let me show you guys. Maybe it'll focus. All right. This is its orientation. All right, from your perspective, if it were in a gun, this would be toward the top of the slide. So flip it around from your orientation. You see where it's making a little mark there, the copper color? So that just needs to be relieved just a thousandth of an inch. You don't want to change the angles. That's all you got to do. That one little bitty bit right there just needs to be touched up just a touch. All right, so there you go. That's what we're going to have to just barely trim on that a little bit, sand on it. The hammer, where you see the bright edges right there, I'm trying to get it so that the reflection, it will show up. Come on now, focus, you SOB. Yeah, you can see that nice bright streak. Rotate it over. You can see that nice bright streak on the edge of that hammer. And apparently it's just the leading edge of the hammer. The sides look unmolested. They don't look like they need anything. There's a little bit of a mark here. I'm wondering if so I have to put the slide back on to see it for sure. But yeah. Oh, and I don't know, because I used the GoPro, I don't think you could read the damn serial number. But this is the gun. This is the gun. That's the serial number. AO. I guess that's 29279. Reading it upside down in the camera screen is hard. Yeah, we got some fine tuning to do to it to equal the quality of the Colt. But even the Colt needed some work. So there you go. That's a great thing once you have that mark on there. If the daggum camera will focus. You know, that's all you gotta do. Just radius that one little spot right there. Just a touch, round it off. And you're good to go. You are good to go. So, and you know, we're not going to interfere with the sharp edge at the bottom that interacts with the magazine. So that'll be one of the things we do probably next weekend. I'm not going to mess with this weekend because today is Easter. And the Lord our God, Jesus Christ, rose from the dead of his own power in order to give us everlasting life if we simply believe and follow into his footsteps. So I know there's going to be a lot of guys turned off by that. I'm sorry for you. I'm not going to apologize for it. You can bet on it. But yep, we're going to work on it, get it squared away, and go from there. Thank you very much for watching. This is Mac Daddy 1911A1 with the Shade Tree Survivalist. Y'all stay tuned, because these parts will be coming. Not fast and furious, but as I am able to do it and have a really, really good, you know, have it all in frame, make sure that you can see everything that I'm going to do. And the guide that we'll be using is the Complete M1911 Assembly Guide. It is just excellent work. And that's something else, ladies and gentlemen. If YouTube were to ban all gun channels, all right, you need these reference works for your rifle, whether it's AR, whether it's AK, whether it's a M14, FAL, 1911, Glock, doesn't matter. You really need it in either DVD format and or the book. I recommend the book as well as DVDs because, you know, they can't just up and delete those babies. Knowledge is power, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mac Daddy 1911A1 with the Shade Tree Survivalist. Thank you very, very much for watching.